So this video is going to try to explain to you a little bit about search engine optimization. Uh, what does that mean? I guess when I ask people, is your site optimized? They invariably say, yeah, it's optimized. And then I say, for what? And the answer is, well, search engines. I've done that, I've set my terms and it's all optimized and it's all good. Well, that's not necessarily the case. The first thing I want to explain to you is what are we optimizing for? That's a really important point. And the answer to that question is we are trying to match up the contents of our site with what people are actually searching for. So when people go onto Google and they search for something, they find your site. Um, that might sound like stating the obvious, but quite often it's very difficult to understand what people are actually searching for, and certainly marrying that up to the contents of your site can be not difficult, but not how you think it might be originally. So how do we understand what people are searching for? That's the first question. And the way to do that is to get some tools and basically invest a little bit of money in some tools. I use a product called SEM Rush, which is about $65–70 a month, which might sound like a lot of money if you haven't got it, um, but it's gold. Just looking quickly down here at my site, and this is my live site, you can see at the moment I get 5,200 organic searches a month coming to me. And if I paid for that, so if they were paid adverts, I would be paying $6,000 a month for that traffic. So SEO is quite powerful. Like, I'm getting $6,000 a month of traffic. It's not costing me anything. And you need to think about your bottom line and your profit. If people are finding me, it's not costing me anything for that customer. That's all profit. I'm not paying for the advert. I'm not paying to win that customer. They're finding me, they're buying from me, and hopefully then with all the other tricks that go on, I can keep that customer. So the power of SEO, you can see down here on this chart, going back to February of 2015, I wasn't really getting any traffic from Google. Most of my traffic was coming, well, all of my traffic was coming from paid adverts, which were costing me quite a lot of money. Now, I was taking quite a lot of money, but not making any profit. And when I looked at it in a little bit more detail, I discovered that the cost of adverts and all the other overheads basically chewed up any money I was making. So at that point, I was taking maybe £500 a day, thinking this is great. I got £3,500 a week here coming in, but I was probably spending £2,900 a week in overheads. So it wasn't really sustainable. And SEO is a longer term thing. It's not immediately obvious. You pull a string today, something doesn't happen today. Happens a little bit down the line. So it's like towing a brick with an elastic band. Nothing, and then whack, and it kicks. And you can see that by the chart here. So I kind of stopped my adverts here and just took some time out of my store, and you can see the traffic tailing off here. So we're kind of August, September time of 2015. I thought, okay, I want a longer term sustainable business that is profitable. And the only way to do that is to drive free traffic to the site and convert that traffic. So I'm not paying for the adverts. So my advertising costs are very small. So I invested some time and money in SEO around October, November, thinking I could take the Christmas market. And that did happen. I was averaging £1,500 a day over the Christmas period, which would be about here. So SEO kicked in a little bit. January, it's kicked in a lot. We're in February now, the early part. I think it's the 8th of February, and we're still on an upward curve here. So SEO typically would take 6 to 8 months. You put time and effort in every day, and you don't see anything for 6 to 8 months typically, and then you will see results. So the first question for me was, I've been in IT a long time. I think I'm a smart ass, kind of know it all. So I know what people are looking for on my site, right? I sell lingerie, so they're Googling for lingerie, right? Wrong. And that's where these tools are valuable. So if I go ahead and log into the SEMrush tool, I started off by keying in what I thought people were searching for. So if we put in here a search, that's a domain overview. If we put in a search term of lingerie in keyword analytics, we start with what we think we know. We think they're searching for lingerie, so I'm going to put in lingerie here because that's what I sell. And I can see down here the volumes of people searching for lingerie. So lingerie gets 110,000 hits a month. Sexy lingerie, 40,500. Lingerie porn, not really interested in that. Lingerie shops, okay. But everybody is going for that term of lingerie. It's a very generic term. So if we sort of drill down into lingerie and look at terms that people also search for, they search for stunning lingerie, boutique lingerie, classy lingerie, pretty lingerie, provocative lingerie, daring lingerie, sexy underwear, quality. There's a whole load of things that people search for specifically, more than just lingerie. The people looking for all of these terms, and they're terms that might not occur to you. And if we look down the list a little bit further, I should have pajamas. So I've got the search term here, pajamas, but also people search for pajamas, which is the American spelling of it, and sometimes people misspell it. So 12,100 people a month search for pajamas, and 27,000 people search for pajamas. Now on my store, I had a category called nightwear, and that kind of has everything in it. I had a collection called nightwear as well, and there was a light bulb moment for me came on that said, when we build our store and we arrange our collections, we design our collections and we design our menus around how a human being would want to navigate the store, because that's the point of a menu, right? It helps you find the way around the store. So we design it so a human can look around it and hopefully find what we want. So originally I had lingerie, and down here somewhere I had nightwear, which had all of my nightwear in. But with regards to optimizing your store, how can I optimize nightwear when actually nightwear consists of a whole load of other things like pajamas, chemises, all of the different individual products that fall within nightwear. Well, it suddenly dawned on me that to optimize your store for search engines is different than optimizing it for human beings. So I didn't have any collections for pajamas. So I created a collection for pajamas. And I also created another collection for pajamas. Now those collections don't appear on my menu structure anywhere, because you can't have every single collection on a menu. You just can't, because a human being won't be able to find their way around it, and the store's going to look messy and be difficult to use. But people are searching for pajamas and pajamas. So going back to pajamas, I'm going to pick that ladies' pajamas and sleepwear collection here. So I created a collection. I did some research on the words people are looking for. So somewhere down here we've got pajamas. There we go. But people also search for sexy pajamas, lovely pajamas, pretty pajamas, where do I buy pajamas? All of these terms people search for. And what I did is I took a good selection of those terms and see if we can find that here with pajamas. Keyword overview for pajamas. Pajamas, ladies' pajamas, men's pajamas, women's pajamas, maternity pajamas, and associated words, dressing gowns, and all the other ladies' things here. So I took ladies' pajamas because that is an exact phrase match for the search ladies' pajamas. So it should pick up 6,600 hits a month. But it also contains the word pajamas. So by putting in ladies' pajamas, I get the term ladies' pajamas, but I also get the term pajamas with 27,000. So potentially, I've got 33,000 hits a month there. And then in my collections, when I created my pajamas collection, I put the title of ladies' pajamas and sleepwear. So I'm picking up ladies' pajamas, and sleepwear. In the description, I put women's pajamas, which is also another search term down here with 6,600 a month. Women's pajamas, nighties, sleepwear, and more. And if I edit the website SEO here so it's a bit more visible, you can see the URL, which is the collection name, is actually pajamas. So I changed the collection name so it also contains the search term. Ladies' pajamas and nightwear, pretty and comfortable nighties, pajamas, women's pajamas, nighties, and sleepwear. So this is now optimized properly for pajamas and ladies' pajamas. Does it appear anywhere on my menus? No, because a human probably would not want to navigate to pajamas. That's actually not true, because further on down the line, I discovered people were really searching for nightwear on my store and they couldn't find it. And if people can't find what they want instantly, they'll just go somewhere else. So I realized nightwear was important and added it to the menu bar. And then I drilled down and added other collections here that people were looking for. So it actually is on my site. But pajamas is not on my site. It does not appear anywhere here. You're not going to have a menu for pajamas and another one for pajamas. You're just going to have pajamas. So pajamas does not appear anywhere. But what will happen is Google will find it and it will index it. And when Google finds it and indexes it and people search for pajamas, what Google will do is it will display the link to this collection. So this one says ladies' pajamas and sleepwear, women's pajamas, nighties, sleepwear, and more. So it's the same as the other one. The content is the same. It's got pajamas in. I've set inventory stock greater than 0 so it doesn't display what's out of stock. But Google, when somebody Googles pajamas, will display the collection, this one. And people can click on that and guess what? It takes them straight to pajamas. Now, an important factor there with optimization is if somebody, if your menu says nightwear, it contains all sorts of stuff, not just pajamas. If a collection has pajamas, it just contains pajamas. Now, the subtlety there is somebody who is looking for pajamas, if you give them pajamas, not all the other stuff as well, just pajamas, are more likely to buy them. So what happens is it converts better. So you actually get people who are looking specifically for that particular product, and that particular product will convert better than just showing them all nightwear. Because they don't want all nightwear. They don't want a chemise. They don't want a robe. They don't want a dressing gown. They want pajamas. So by breaking down your collections into search engine optimized collections that don't necessarily appear anywhere on your site, on your menu structure, but they will appear in Google, you will get more targeted traffic. And that's borne out here by, I picked the term sexy lingerie and sexy underwear. Now, I had no idea with my site. They just didn't include the word sexy lingerie and sexy underwear. I threw in the word sexy occasionally, have a look at our sexy clothing and yada, yada, yada. But I didn't optimize it properly. So just to give you a little idea here, sexy underwear, I started off at position 380. I'm now at position 5. And I get 33,100 hits a month from that. Sexy lingerie, I think I started off at position 100 and something. I'm now at position 8. And I get 40,500 hits a month. And if we go here and we Google sexy underwear, you should see I'm on page 1 of Google. Here we go. Katie's Boutique, sexy lingerie and the After Dark underwear collection. So you can see I've got sexy lingerie, underwear, sexy underwear, and I've got sexy lingerie in the URL here as well, which is quite important. And what that means in traffic is, if we go back to the main traffic report here, my traffic has gone up. That's where that spike in traffic has actually come from. Just log out here and show you again. Let's go back to the domain overview. So you can see that was the first term I optimized: sexy lingerie, sexy underwear, and this is what's kicked this traffic spike here. It's the term sexy underwear, position 5, and sexy lingerie, position 8. Now, because SEO is a longer term thing, it doesn't just happen instantly, it takes a while. This curve will continue to grow for me over the next few months. My traffic is going to go nuts to 5, 10, 20,000 hits a day, and my sales will go up accordingly. And that is the power of SEO. It drives this traffic to you that is targeted, that people are interested in, specifically interested in, because if they weren't, they wouldn't be Googling it. So it's really targeted traffic. They get a really targeted result, that if they Google pajamas, they get pajamas. So they're more likely to purchase from you, and that converts higher in your store. So that's just a quick overview about the power of SEO. Another benefit is if you SEO optimize your store for keywords, you can use that information to then optimize your paid advertising as well, because that's what people are searching for, right? If they're searching for that on Google, it doesn't really matter whether they get a paid result or whether they get an organic result, so long as they get the result that they're looking for. So you can take that work and that information and use that to more accurately build paid advertising campaigns that convert better.